Hi guys, welcome to sunny Moscow. My name is Philip Pord, Happy Visas, and today, but beautiful spring day by the way, very beautiful. I'm out in a shirt today. So anyway, I've been asked a question about, what are the grounds for refusal for the general visit visa. I'm not going to talk about, work permit refusals. I'm not going to talk about spouse visa refusals, because if you supply the correct documents, if you read the rules and things like that, and they're all out there, you're not going to get refused unless you've got adverse immigration history, unless you've overstayed. So the visa that everybody gets refused for is when I say everybody, I mean depends which country you're from, obviously. But the visa that most people get refused from is the general visit visa, the tourist visa. You're going there on holiday, you're going there to visit family, you're going there to visit your girlfriend or boyfriend, and these are the ones that get refused. Now, common grounds for refusal might be, something crazy. You have no travel history. How do you get the travel history? If you have no travel history and you get refused, how can you get that travel history? So common grounds is you don't have any travel history, you haven't been to any other countries, no travel history. Now, I've even seen refusals where people have had too much travel history. Wow, they've put down that they've been to Turkey for 6 months or United Arab Emirates, and they've said, well, we don't believe you're employed then. How could you spend 6 months in Turkey? So I've seen that. Another common ground is you didn't demonstrate funds on the bank account, you haven't shown your salary, it's not clear where you get your income from, it's not clear where you get your savings from. So always identify it on the bank statements. If you're getting paid from your employer, show it on the bank statements, highlight it, make sure the entry clearance officer knows that transaction number 26 on the 12th of December was your salary. Another common ground is lump sums just before you apply for the visa. So you're applying for the visa and you've deposited a lump sum, and the entry clearance officer is not sure where that lump sum came from. So make sure you explain where it came from, unless it's your salary. If it's your salary, that's fine, that is allowed. The entry clearance officer is going to be thinking that you've just put a lump sum on the bank account to get the visa, it's not your money, and then you're going to return it to your friend or family member once the visa has been issued or once you've applied for your visa. So yeah, that's a common mistake that people make, is just before they apply for the visa, they put a big lump sum on the bank account. So just to recap, family ties, make sure you include marriage certificates, children's birth certificates. You're not going to leave your kids, you're not going to leave your wife at home. Make sure you've got travel history, make sure your employment is well documented, employment contract, employment letter saying your start date, your position, your salary, things like that. Title deed to property, if you own a property, include that. If not, letter from the landlord or tenancy agreement. If you've got family in the UK, common refusal is you haven't explained the relationship. Show it through birth certificates, or show it through passports if they've got the same name. Simple refusal is the person inviting you didn't include a copy of their passport. You've got to have a bio page of their passport to prove that they're legally in the UK. If they've got a visa, a copy of their residence permit, their visa, you've got to show that whoever's inviting you is legally allowed to live, not a tourist, but legally allowed to live and be a student or work in the UK, then that's fine. So that's a common ground. People don't show the relationship, people don't show what these people are doing in the UK, what is their status and things like that. Another grounds for refusal is you're inviting your girlfriend or boyfriend and you try to sponsor them. They're looking at your circumstances, the applicant's circumstances, not the circumstances of the person in the UK who's inviting you. So if somebody does in the UK invite you, all he cannot do is offer accommodation if you've met. If you haven't met, say you put them on the application form, book a hotel and say you'll meet them for coffee. If it's an online relationship, they're never going to let you stay with that person. They might kick you out on the street. They might be Jack the Ripper. You know, I've said that in previous videos. Very important that you've met, you know, show the visas, show photographs together, show hotel bookings together, show flight tickets together, show that you were in the country at the same time. You know, if you're applying from Russia, show that they visited you in Russia. If you're applying from Turkey, show that they visited you in Turkey. You've got to supply all them type of documents, and you know, it's got to be the photograph with the names, dates, and location. So you've got to have all that on the front of the photograph, because when you go to the visa center, they will scan them, so it can't be on the back. Obviously, they're not going to scan the back of it, so it's got to be on the front of the photograph. Again, these are all common grounds for refusal. I've said in a previous video, you know, if you're from Pakistan, you know, you're from Bangladesh, you're from most African countries, you know, when you apply for a general visit visa, unless you're going for business, unless you've got a very strong invitation letter from a highly reputable company, there is in all probability you're going to be refused. Doesn't matter what you supply them. You know, it helps if you've got parents there, it helps if you've got children there. Siblings doesn't help that much. If you've got a brother or sister there, it's not going to help that much. You know, it helps if you've got travel history when you're from these countries. It helps that you pay your taxes. It's a strong plus if you're at university, you know, and you can get a good letter from your university professor, you know, to show that, you know, when the university is on holiday, you're going to be visiting the UK. You know, if you're going in February, they're going to have concerns. Shouldn't you be at university? So again, that's another common reason. You know, you should be at university, but you're traveling to the UK. They're not going to believe that you're studying. So all these little things trip you up. You know, and again, I've said this previously, people hear about the people from Pakistan who've got the visa, or from Africa who've got the visa. You know, normally these people have applied for spouse visas. You're going to get the visa if you're married to a British citizen or a permanent resident, and they're paying the UK taxes and earning £29,000 a year. You're going to get that visa. You know, if you've been invited by Tesla cars, Microsoft, Apple's, if you've been invited by one of these big companies, you're going to get the visa. If you've applied for a work visa, the onus is on the company. You're going to get the visa. So everybody hears these stories, oh, I got my UK visa, but for general visit visa, high refusal. For Pakistan, probably above 90%. Probably, I'm only guessing. I get hundreds of inquiries from Pakistan. I say, look, I can't help you. You know, you're a high risk of overstaying. You're a high risk of not going back. Same with Bangladesh. Same with many countries in Africa. So these are all the things that you're facing when applying for the UK visa. I've seen so many refusals, not mine, because, you know, if I don't think I can get you the visa, I just do not take the business. It's too much hassle, too many problems. So I do get to see a lot of refusals. So yeah, guys, you know, these, you know, if you've got any questions, you know, drop them below, and I'll try to answer them. I know most of the answers. Guys, please subscribe. I really need subscribers. You know, please like the videos. I'm going to be putting buy me a coffee below the video as well. I do these videos for free. I don't get paid for them. I've got no other income for these videos, so please buy me a coffee if you can. Thanks a lot, guys. Thank you for watching this video. Hope you enjoyed it. Bye, guys.